the Kathy Hochul way. What do we want? Congestion pricing! Do we want it now?
Congestion pricing is the single largest source of funds to fix the subway. We need it as the keystone to the future, not just of millions of transit riders, but to the city and the state's economy as a whole.
$15 billion is on the line for transit and for future infrastructure. Don't let it go to waste.
I would say, as someone who's been working to fight for transit justice for the last decade, people are really fired up. It's the most passionate issue I've ever worked on.
From all the representatives we're hearing from, this is the most number of calls they've ever gotten about any issue. Another person at Riders Alliance was saying even more than COVID masking and vaccines is congestion pricing.
Yeah, I'm very angry. Because it means for people in the Bronx and Brooklyn, they don't get good transit.
Anything worthwhile, anything that makes real progress, takes leadership. And we don't have it in New York right now. The leadership is coming from advocacy groups and local elected officials. And if we can keep congestion pricing with that coalition alone, it'll be something worth writing books about.
Go to the bus stops and subway stations and ask everyday New Yorkers there, which is the vast majority of us, how we're getting around.
We need new elevators. There's 472 subway stations. 150 of them are wheelchair accessible.
I'm almost at a loss for words. This is just such a disaster in every conceivable way. Politically, economically, environmentally, it just makes zero sense. So congestion pricing has to start on June 30th.
It's disrespectful to riders. This is showing what happens in Queens, what happens in the Bronx, what is happening all over the city. People should not have to fight and beg for something that we deserve.
Change your mind once, I bet you can change it again.
Let's do it! Congestion pricing now! 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 Flip the switch! Flip the switch! Flip the switch! Flip the switch!
I think she's waking the sleeping bear. New Yorkers are ready for better transit, less traffic and less pollution, less emissions. And this is the one way we can do all of that at the same time.
Clean air, fast trains, fix the MTA.
We need the subways to work for our future, for our kids. The governor needs to get her paws off congestion pricing.
You know, I fully support congestion pricing. My dog hates cars. He doesn't like they're loud, they're noisy. He doesn't hear. He's pretty low, so you know we're trying not to get hit by cars all the time.
Keep your word. Keep your word. Keep your word.
As someone said at a rally earlier, last summer was one of the hottest summers on record, and it's going to get hotter for the rest of our lives. The day that Kathy Hochul announced a pause, the top story on my news feed was the heat in India that's unbearable and is killing people.
I think that we need a sustainable source of funding for the MTA that also cuts down on the climate issues in the city, and I think that we have that, and it's congestion pricing, and we need it now.
Chant it out!